All right, well, big screen TVs will be at the top of many Christmas lists, and it's important for parents to know about a hidden danger that could send children to the hospital. WATE 6 on your side anchor Lori Tucker is here tonight on your side with caring for our kids.
All right, thank you so much, Jill. You know, every 3 weeks, a child dies from a television tipping over. That is according to Safe Kids Worldwide. Well, there are some simple steps you can take to keep your kids safe. And joining us with more now is Susan Cook, Injury Prevention Coordinator at Children's Hospital. Always good to see you.
Always good to be here.
You know, this is not something that really is even on the radar for most people. Why are TV tip-overs still such a problem?
Most parents never even think about it. So as they start thinking, you know, about Christmas gifts, things like that, about every 45 minutes you actually have a child going into an emergency room because a TV has tipped over. And about every 3 weeks we have a death from that nationally.
Oh, and you know, and you think of the newer TVs, they're larger, they're light, but they can still do a lot of damage.
Even the lighter ones are 25 pounds. And then when you start talking about older televisions, you can be up to 100 pounds. So when you're talking about falling on a small child, especially from a distance, it can really cause a lot of injuries.
We've covered stories like this, and it's just horrifically tragic.
Yes.
Children can get alone and play and climb up and pull that right over on them. You were telling me before we came out here that there are some items that actually come with the TV that we parents often ignore. We look at it and go, well, what is that? Nobody reads instructions anymore.
Nobody reads instructions on anything,
yeah.
TVs, car seats, whatever.
Right.
So, but there's actually a tether that will come with larger televisions, and its purpose is to be able to mount to that wall to give it some security. So you really want to make sure that you're tethering that television, or put it on a wall with a bracket. That way you don't have that danger at all of it coming down on the child and pulling on it.
And make sure you do your homework and install it correctly.
Install it correctly.
Yeah. All right. You know, TVs aren't the only danger, too, when it comes to tip overs. Let's talk about some other things that parents really need to keep an eye on.
We have furniture. When you start talking about dressers, things like that, as parents, especially with our smaller ones, you know, if you're thinking about something getting it out of their side, they put it on top of a dresser. Well, if you think about it, kids are much, much smarter than we give them credit for, and they'll start pulling out drawers, trying to get at it. So they can actually get to where that dresser will fall on them. So now you've got the weight of that piece of furniture, everything in it now on a small child. So you want to make sure all those kind of things are actually bracketed up. Same thing with the bookcase, you know, climbing up on a bookcase to get their favorite book, favorite toy.
Fun.
It looks like fun. Yes.
So scary.
Yes.
And there are ways. You said brackets. We use the little hooks like you do on doors.
Yes, little eye hook.
Yes, the little eye hook, and that seemed to work as well for a chest of drawers and things like that. Let's talk about what parents can do too to just make sure that their kids aren't looking at that and thinking, I can climb that. I mean, we need to talk to our kids about it as well.
Yes, you want to talk to little ones and make sure that, you know, especially when you have smaller kids that are toddling around, to make sure that you're watching them and having them be very cognizant of, you know, not to be pulling things, climbing up on certain things. So, because you think about it, there's all kinds of toy equipment outside that we know they can climb on. So, and they just, you know, it's hard for them to make that differentiation between outside and inside.
That's a very good point. All right, so just kind of walk them through and talk to them and let them know. And maybe rearrange furniture a little bit too, as we saw there a moment ago.
Rearrange some furniture, and also keeping their favorite toys down low. So, you know, watching what you're putting up high.
All right. Good advice as always. Susan, thank you. Have a wonderful holiday.
You too.
We appreciate it. If you have a question about your child's health, just email me at ltucker@wate.com. And be sure to tune in every Thursday right here on 6 News at 5:30. You never know, we just might use your question on the air.